Clube de Regatas do Flamengo, commonly referred to as Flamengo, is a Brazilian football club based in Rio de Janeiro. They play in the Campeonato Brasileiro Série A copyright A, Brazil's national league, and is one of the only 5 clubs to have never been relegated to the second division, along with Santos, São Paulo, Internacional and Cruzeiro. The club was established in 1895, although it did not play its first official game until 1912. Flamengo is one of the most successful clubs in Brazilian football. It has won 6 Campeonato Brasileiro Série A copyright A titles and 3 Copa do Brasil titles. Due to its low capacity, Flamengo's home stadium, Gávea, is rarely used and the club opts for the government-owned Maracanã, the biggest football stadium in Brazil, with a capacity of 78,838. Its traditional playing colors are red and black hooped shirts with white shorts and red and black hooped socks. In 1981, Flamengo became the first Carioca team to win the Copa Libertadores, the most prestigious laurel in South American football. The team, subsequently known as the Guerra Picavolta Pound de Ouro, defeated Cobreloa 2-0 in the Estadio Centenario in Montevideo to become champions of America. That same year, Flamengo became world champions after defeating Liverpool 3-0 in Tokyo. Flamengo is the most popular team in Brazil, with over 39.1 million supporters as of 2010, and was voted by FIFA as one of the most successful football clubs of the 20th century. It is also one of Brazil's richest football clubs in terms of revenue, with an annual revenue of $212.0 million in 2012, and the second most valuable club in South America, worth over $855.4 million in 2013. The club has long-standing rivalries with near neighbors Fluminense, Botafogo and Vasco da Gama. History, foundation and first years. Flamengo was founded on November 17, 1895 as a rowing club by José copyright Agostinho Pereira da Cunha, Mario Spindola, Nestor de Barros, Augusto Lopes, José copyright Far copyright Lix da Cunha Menezes and Felisberto Laporte. The group used to gather at Café copyright Llamas, in the Flamengo neighborhood of Rio de Janeiro, and decided to form a rowing team. Rowing was the elite sport in Rio de Janeiro in the late 19th century. The young men hoped that forming a rowing club would make them popular with the young ladies of the city's high society. They could only afford a used boat named Fereza, which had to be completely rebuilt before it could be used in competition. The team debuted on October 6, 1895 when they sailed off the Caja Point, from the Maria Anga beach, heading off to Flamengo Beach. However, strong winds turned over the boat and the rowers nearly drowned. They were rescued by a fishing boat named Leal. Afterwards, as the Fereza was undergoing repairs, the boat was stolen and never again found. The group then had to save up money to buy a new boat, the Etoile, renamed Syra. On the night of November 17, the group, gathered at Nestor de Barros's manor on Flamengo Beach, founded the Flamengo Rowing Group and elected its first board and president. The name was changed a few weeks later to Clube de Regatas do Flamengo. The founders also decided that the anniversary of the club foundation should be celebrated on November 15, so as to coincide with the Day of the Republic, a national holiday. Flamengo only embraced football when a group of dissatisfied players from Fluminense Football Club broke away from the club following a dispute with the board. The players decided to join Flamengo because Borges, who was the team's captain, was also a rower for Flamengo. Admittance of the new members was approved on November 8, 1911. A motion against the club taking part in football tournaments was defeated, and the members' assembly officially created the football team on December 24, 1911. The new team used to train on Russell Beach, and gradually gained the support of the locals, who closely watched their practice games. The first official match was played on May 3, 1912 and is, to this day, the most spectacular victory of the club, as the team defeated Mangueira 16-2. The first intracity rivalry, the Flamengo vs Fluminense, also known as Fla-Flu, was also played in that year, on July 7, and was won by Fluminense, by 3-2. From the first match to the end of amateurism, beginning of the professional era, golden years on the eve of glory, the Zico era in the golden age. In 1978 a scarlet-black golden age began when Flamengo won the Rio de Janeiro State Championship. The 5 following years would be years of glory. Stars such as Junior, Carpegiani, Ada Leo, Claudio Ada Pound and Tita were led by Zico to become state champions 3 times in a row. The level of sustained excellence pushed Flamengo towards its first Brazilian championship in 1980. Then, as national champions, the club qualified to play the South American Continental Tournament the Libertadores Cup. 1981 is a benchmark year in Flamengo's history. After beating Chilean Cobreloa in 3 matches, the club became South American champions. The next goal was clear, the Intercontinental Cup, a single match to be played in Tokyo's Olympic Stadium, Japan, against European Champions Cup winner Liverpool FC. On December 13, 1981, Raul, Leandro, Marino, Moza, Junior, Andrade, Ada Leo, Zico, Tita, Nunes and Lico took the field for the most important match in club history. 2 goals by Nunes and another one by Ada Leo along with a brilliant performance by Zico were more than enough to crown Flamengo the first Brazilian world champions club since Pelé copyright S. Santos, shutting out Liverpool 3-0. The next 2 years would also be great. Another Rio State Championship in 1981 and 2 Brazilian Championships Euro 1982 and 1983 Euro closed the golden age in a fantastic way. Departure and the return of Zico, Centennial and the risk of relegation, the beginning of a new era and a hexacampeonato. On March 9, 2007, Flamengo earned a commemorative date in Rio de Janeiro state's official calendar. On that day, State Governor Czar Copyright Gio Cabral Filho signed Law 4998, declaring November 17 Flamengo Day. In the 2007 Brazilian Football Championship, Flamengo surprised all the other teams at the half of the season, winning many games at home, leaving the relegation zone and reaching the 2nd place and then being defeated the last match in Recife, Pernambuco by Náutico 1-0. After this match, Flamengo finished the league in 3rd place, climbing from 2nd worst to 3rd best. Flamengo started 2008 by winning the Rio de Janeiro State Championship over arch-rival Botafogo. However, a couple of days later, in the late rounds of Libertadores Cup, the team was eliminated at home by Club Arma Copyright Rica from Mexico. In this very day, Joel Santana, a well-appreciated coach by Flamengo fans, coached his last match before taking South African national football team. Experts say that the team was eliminated because the finals against Botafogo took a heavy toll on the players' stamina and endurance for the match-up against Arma Copyright Rica. The 0-3 score was the biggest headline in the soccer world in the following day as Flamengo had won easily 4-2 in Azteca Stadium. The elimination at Maracanã was labeled by the world press as a second Maracanazo. In 2009 season, after finishing the first phase of the Brazilian League in 10th place, Flamengo won the Brazilian Czar Copyright Rai A with a terrific campaign in the second phase. The championship was decided in the very last game with a 2-1 win against Grêmio at Estádio do Maracanã. With this victory the Flamengo became 5-time Brazilian League champion. That team had Dejan Petkovic and Adriano, the Emperor. Stadiums, Estádio da Gávea. Flamengo's home stadium is nominally the Estádio José Copyright Bastos Padilha, which was inaugurated on September 4, 1938 and has a capacity of 8,000 fans. Flamengo rarely plays at Estádio da Gávea, which is now used almost exclusively as the first team's training ground. Most games, however, are played in Maracanã Stadium, considered by the supporters as the real Flamengo's home ground. The stadium is named after José Copyright Bastos Padilha, Flamengo's president at the time of the stadium construction. He was Flamengo's president from 1933 to 1937. During the World Cup 2014, the Dutch national team trained at the Estádio da Gávea, in preparation for the competition. Maracanã. Maracanã pound was vital in the incredible 2007 Brazilian ZAR copyright Rio Flamengo comeback, winning almost all the matches played in the stadium, helping the club rise from the relegation zone to finish in third place, securing a place in the Copa Libertadores 2008. The stadium held the 2007 Brazilian ZAR copyright Rio attendance records, with 87,895 fans against Atlas Copyrightico Paranaense and average attendance of 44,719 fans per match, which was ahead of any of the teams in the Brazilian ZAR copyright Rio. In 2008, once again, Flamengo was the leader of Brazilian ZAR copyright Rio average attendance with 43.731 fans per match. The club also had the biggest attendance of the season with 81.317 fans in the 0-3 loss to Atlas Copyrightico Mineiro on October 11, 2008. Supporters. Flamengo is the most popular team in Brazil and one of the most popular teams in the world. Surveys show that there are over 42 million Flamengo supporters across Brazil. Out from Brazil there's in European countries, like Germany, England, Portugal, Italy, France, Spain, Belgium, Netherlands, Denmark, Poland, Russia and many others. In the Middle East, appears on Israel. There's a lot of supporters on Japan, China and Australia. And, finally, all over America and Africa. As such, Flamengo supporters are known as Nor Picavolt Pound ou Rubro Negra, since there are more supporters of Flamengo than the population of many countries. Flamengo supporters are also known for their fanaticism. They hold several records in the Brazilian league, like having the best average attendance. Flamengo played against Santos in the Maracanã Pound Stadium, watched by 155,523 supporters in the 1983 Campeonato Brasileiro ZAR copyright Rio final. However, some say that the official numbers are wrong and that there were more than 160,000 people in Maracanã Pound. Flamengo's match with the greatest number of attendance was Flamengo vs Fluminense in 1963. This match was the greatest numbers of attendance between two football clubs in history, with 194,603 spectators. There are 13 times in which Flamengo has took more than 150,000 people in the stadium in official matches. Flamengo supporters were listed as Heritage of the People by the Mayor Office of the City of Rio de Janeiro in 2007. Usually, in Brazil, each team has their own torcidas organizadas. Flamengo, like any other Brazilian team, has groups of organized supporters, most notably Torcida Jovem Fla, Charanga Rubro Negra, Urubuzada, Flamanja Section A and Raw Section A Rubro Negra. Rivalries, Fla-Flu. The rivalry between these two clubs began in October 1911, when a group of dissatisfied players from Fluminense left the club, and went to Flamengo, which at the time had no football department. The first Fla-Flu ever was played the following year, on July 7, 1912 at Laranjeiras Stadium. Fluminense won this match 3-2, with 800 people in attendance. Clásico dos Mil-Micrones. Clásico dos Mil-Micrones is the classic Brazilian derby between Flamengo and Vasco da Gama, both from Rio de Janeiro City, considered the greatest classic Brazilian football and one of the biggest in football worldwide, both rivalry, as in popularity and history. It is named since its beginnings in the 1920s after the two largest fan bases from Rio State, and more recently as it imposed itself since the 1970s as arguably the top nationwide Brazilian derby. Kit manufacturer and shirt sponsors, list of Flamengo sponsors and kit manufacturers. Main sponsor a front of the shirt and back of the shirt over the numbers. Secondary sponsor a sleeves and back of the shirt under the numbers. Minor sponsors a shoulders, shorts and inside the numbers. Players. First team squad, as of August 21, 2014, note, flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Out on loan, note, flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. For recent transfers, see List of Flamengo transfers 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012 and 2013. For recent transfers, see List of Brazilian football transfers 2008. Retired numbers. 12 A Euro club supporters. A Euro number dedicated to the Rubro-Negro fans. In spite of having its number 12 retired, Flamengo has to reissue it for CONMEBOL competitions such as Copa Libertadores, where rosters must be numbered from 1 to 30 consecutively. Football honors. Domestic competitions, League, Campeonato Brasileiro Série A. Copyright Rie, winners, 1980, 1982, 1983, 1987, 1992, 2009, runners-up, 1964, Cup, Copa do Brasil, winners, 1990, 2006, 2013, runners-up, 1997, 2003, 2004, Copa dos Campeões, winners, 2001, state and regional competitions, Campeonato Carioca, winners, 1914, 1915, 1920, 1921, 1925, 1927, 1939, 1942, 1943, 1944, 1953, 1954, 1955, 1963, 1965, 1972, 1974, 1978, 1979, 1979, 1981, 1986, 1991, 1996, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2004, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2011, 2014, runners-up, 1912, 1919, 1922, 1923, 1924, 1932, 1936, 1937, 1938, 1940, 1941, 1952, 1958, 1961, 1962, 1966, 1969, 1973, 1977, 1982, 1983, 1984, 1987, 1988, 1989, 1992, 1994, 1995, 1998, 2010, 2013, Torneio São Paulo, winners, 1961, runners-up, 1958, 1997, South American competitions, Copa Libertadores, winners, 1981, Supercopa Sudamericana, runners-up, 1993, 1995, Copa Mercosur, winners, 1999, runners-up, 2001, Copa de Ouro, winners, 1996, worldwide competitions, Intercontinental Cup, winners, 1981, records. For details, see Clube de Regatas do Flamengo records and statistics. Average attendances per season, average attendances at Maracanã pound including friendly matches and other competitions. Information not available. 1 In 2004 Flamengo played its home games at Estádio Raulino de Oliveira. 2 In 2005 Flamengo played its home games at Estádio Luso Brasileiro. 3 In 2010 Flamengo played its home games at Estádio do Maracanã pound, Estádio Raulino de Oliveira and Estádio Olímpico João do Havelange. 4 Includes our copyright Rie average attendances only. Average attendances at Brazilian League. Regularly thousands of supporters show the strength of the Scarlet Black Nation, having the biggest number of highest average attendances per season between all the Brazilian clubs. Out of 38 editions of the Brasileiro Poundo, Flamengo held the average attendance record on 12 occasions. Atla copyright Tico Mineiro are the closest followers, having the biggest average attendances 9 times. From 1971 to 2006, Flamengo took an average 25.989 supporters per match to the Maracanã pound. It has to be noted that 2007 and 2008, both years in which Flamengo had an average of over 40.000 supporters per match, were not counted yet. Personnel, technical staff, see also List of Clube de Regatas do Flamengo managers, management, last updated, July 14, 2011, source, Flamengo's official website, Presidents. Below is the presidential history of Clube de Regatas do Flamengo. The club had dozens of presidents, with variable permanent time. From 1895 to 1932, the terms lasted 1 year, from 1933 to 1956 2 years, from 1957 to 1968 3 years, from 1969 to 2000 was again 2 years and starting from 2001 again 3 years. Other sports. Besides rowing, Clube de Regatas do Flamengo also plays an active role in several Olympic sports, such as artistic gymnastica, athletics, basketball, judo, swimming, volleyball and water polo. Honors, rowing, international, tour section a sua arma copyright Rica 1905. National, trophy copyright U Brasil, 1978, 1980, 1982, 1983, 1985, 1989, 1991, 1995 a Euro 97. Regional, State Championship, 1916, 1917, 1920, 1933, 1940 a Euro 43, 1963, 1965 a Euro 69, 1971 a Euro 81, 1983 a Euro 97, 2003 a Euro 04, Carioca League, 1935 a Euro 37. Swimming, National, Brazilian Championship, 1968, 1980 a Euro 87, 1989, 1991, 2002, Jose Copyright Finkel Trophy, 1977, 1980 a Euro 87, 1990, 2001, 2002. Regional, State Championship, 1928, 1930, 1938 a Euro 40, 1968, 1973, 1976, 1979 a Euro 98, 2002 a Euro 04. Volleyball, National, Brazilian Championship, 2003, Trophy copyright U dos Campeões Brasileiros 1952. Regional, Copa Sudeste 1993, Inter-Regional Championship 1995, State Championship, 1949, 1951, 1953, 1955, 1959 a Euro 61, 1977, 1987 a Euro 89, 1991 a Euro 96, 2005, State Championship, 1940, 1953, Segundos Quadros do J 1953, 1956, 1959 a Euro 61. Local, Municipal Championship, 1992, 1993, 1996. Volleyball, International, South American Championship, 1981, National Championship, 1948 a Euro 52, 1978, 1980, 2001, Rio de Janeiro Tournament 1950. Regional, State Championship, 1938, 1951, 1952, 1954, 1955, 1978, 1979, 1981, 1984, 1999, 2000, Torneio Inicaio 1961, State Championship a Euro B Series 1953, Segundos Quadros do J 1952, 1956 a Euro 57, 1960. Local, Municipal Championship, 1996. Noted athletes, Artistic Gymnastics, Daniel Hippocublito, Diego Hippocublito, Jade Barbosa, Luzia Parent, Luzia Lopes Peso, Marco Montero, Victor Rosa. Athletics, Erica Lopes Gazela Negra, Jose Copyright Tells Dark and Saya Picavolt Pound OA Euro, Ulysses Malagati. Basketball, Oscar Schmidt, Lendro Barbosa, Duda Machado, Marcelino Machado, Baby Area Joe, Federico Camarix. Swimming, Armando Coelho de Freitas, Car Copyright Zarcilo Filho, Eliana Mota, Eliot Mota, Fernando Carcelade, Fernando Schura, Ange Bruage, Maria Lenk, Patricia Lemorim, Ricardo Prado a Euro, Romulo Arantz Filho. Noted coaches, volleyball, Isabel Salgado. Rowing, Goleam Augusto Silva Buck. See also, Clásico dos Milha-Micrones, Fla-Flu, references. External links, official websites in Portuguese.